Hello guys, this is Cesar Creates and welcome back to my channel. And finally welcome back to the Elm Hill City Zoo after a short break. Yeah, as you have probably noticed, I have been absent here on YouTube and on all of my socials lately, and I will explain you guys why in a second. But firstly, let me tell you guys something about today's video. So yeah, today we are adding an aviary to the Elm Hill City Zoo. And this aviary will be a home for Indian Peafowls. And I know, before you come for me with all of the comments that peafowls don't normally live in aviaries because they are not, perfect flyers. It is common in zoos to keep them in slightly different enclosures and also to let them just roam free around the zoo if the weather is, suitable for them. But the reason why I wanted to build an aviary here today was actually me enjoying so much the new game, which is the Jurassic World Evolution 2. And I was just super inspired by them. I think that, this is such a cool addition to Jurassic World Evolution 2. The aviaries, the free flying, large reptiles. This is just amazing. And I love building aviaries and, decorating them inside in this game. I already played a lot of, Jurassic World Evolution 2 while I was a bit absent from uploading videos here. So yeah, this comes from me, enjoying the aviary so much. So I wanted to, build something similar in Planet Zoo, but obviously more in City Zoo style, and that's why today we are building an aviary. And while the peafowls, we don't have any of, flying birds in Planet Zoo, and actually I saw some peafowls in aviaries. For example, in my local zoo, they are living in aviary with some other birds. Maybe they're not, flying too much. They are sticking to the ground and other birds are above their heads, simply. But yeah, some zoos keep them in aviaries, so we don't have any other, as I told you guys, like a bird that I could put in here. So the peafowl or peacock was the best, like a candidate to build an aviary for. Of course, I could also build it for, monkeys, for capuchin monkey, for example, but I plan to have them in some other section of the zoo, so that's why I went for a peafowl. This aviary, or its shape, was inspired by a picture that I found on Pinterest. I will link it down in the description if you want to see what I was inspired by. But yeah, only the shape is actually a bit inspired by it, but the interior, all the things inside, and also the backstage in the shelter are just my creation. They weren't inspired by anything. But yeah, today I wanted to build like a typical city zoo aviary, the thing that you'll see basically in every zoo for birds like eagles, owls, or pheasants. Pheasants are actually in the same family as peacocks, and they are also kept in aviaries a lot of times, so why not put a peacock in there? They can fly, actually, maybe not long distances, but they can, jump very high because they have wings, and so that they can support the jump. And actually they spend some time on trees and, lower branches. And sometimes in their enclosures they have like branches or sticks where they can sit that are higher up the ground. And you'll definitely be able to see me building those for this aviary and for their shelter. Of course, they won't use it in game. It's not possible for them to use it, but I just thought that it was a very cool little detail, and it definitely brings a bit of realism to this build. I actually thought about building an aviary for a very long time. The first thought came to my mind when the mesh pieces were added to Planet Zoo, because you know they are perfect for aviaries, they help with that a lot. So thanks to them we can actually build creations like this. And of course here you could see I used a bit of, you know, the chain link fence, so I was able to you know, match it with the chain link pieces from the game, and that's how this whole aviary came to life basically. But yeah, I was kind of, you know, holding this idea because I was like hopeful that we'll get birds in Planet Zoo, and then we'll have, you know, a lot of aviaries, and you know, we'll be creating them for sure if it ever happens. But actually me enjoying the aviaries in Jurassic World Evolution 2 made me you know, do the aviary right now. I wanted to do it so much, to try it basically, or maybe to train a bit for a future, because I'm so hopeful for birds in Planet Zoo, but we'll have to wait and see basically. But yeah, that's why I came up with an aviary today. It is located next to the desert house. If you watched our previous video with the tour around the zoo, you'll be able to know where it is located. And if we'll get the birds in the game, I think that I will put them next to it, like around it, or in this area, so that we'll have like a little bird area in our zoo basically. So before I continue to talk more about this enclosure and describe all of the things that will be inside, let me give you guys some insight about why I was absent for so long. And firstly, I would like to thank all of the people who like reached out to me to ask if I'm okay, if you know everything is fine, where am I, and so on. So thank you for, you know, being so kind, but everything was fine, don't worry, nothing happened to me. I just took like sort of unplanned but much needed break from YouTube, from social media, and from some other stuff in my life. And because lately a lot of things happen in my life, both my private life, my work life, and you know, that I just got super busy with things. I didn't have like any free time for me basically, and I started basically to feel tired, which is like sort of unusual for me because I'm a very like active person that needs to do something all the time, because I need to stay, you know, focused on something or stimulated. This is just how I am. But at some point I just decided that I need to take a break because I am simply tired. I am all the time sleepy. I want to stay in bed, and this is basically what I did. So I took a little break. I stepped down, you know, from YouTube, from my social media, both on Caesar Creates and my, you know, private social media. I also, you know, took some time off my job. As I shared with you guys in my last video, I got promoted in work recently, so that also, you know, I had to deal with a lot of, you know, new stuff, a lot of new work, additional stuff. I have now people under me, so I am sort of responsible for them, so it was a bit stressful for me. So that was a lot. And you know, my personal life and my work life, they come before the YouTube. I hope you will understand it. Don't get me wrong, I love YouTube. I love what I do here. I love talking to you guys. I love your responses, your comments, and this is just, you know, like a perfect like hobby to do the thing that I do, you know, basically in my free time. But this is just like addition to my life basically. And I know that I talked about it, you know, in the past, and a lot of you told me not to push myself because you don't want me to get, you know, burned out or something. And I always said that no, I don't push myself. I enjoy it so much that, you know, this is for me just I'm just simply not pushing myself, but I realized that I sort of am pushing myself, unfortunately, because I was so focused to, releasing those videos on the certain schedule. Like I had the schedule for the, two series basically, or now three, that we had the Desert Adventure Park on Wednesdays, then the Elm Hill City Zoo on Saturdays, and the franchise mode on Sundays. And I wanted to stay consistent, so as long as we had the Elm Hill City Zoo and the Desert Adventure Park, I was sort of okay. But after adding the franchise mode, the things went a bit, out of hand, because it was simply too much for me to handle, and I was rushing a bit, especially this franchise mode, and I don't want to do it. I want my content to be the best that I can do it. And I sort of, understood that the franchise mode is something that I am pushing a bit. Don't get me wrong, I still enjoy it, but I try to squeeze it, just to release it, and that doesn't work basically. And I just realized that I cannot do it. I need to, enjoy it for you basically to enjoy it. All of this keep to schedule thing and also be consistent thing came from two particular things. The first one being, all of the tips and tutorials on how to grow your YouTube channel from the beginning. I watched a lot of them, and they always say that the consistency is a key. I just watched them because, at some point I saw that this channel wasn't growing, so I decided to look for some help. Don't get me wrong, I don't want to have a huge audience. I'm not inspiring to, be huge or something. I just wanted. And right now I also realize that no matter if I do it for 2,000 people or for 30,000 or 100,000, I don't know, it's sort of will make me enjoy it the same way. I mean, what will change? Only the numbers. So I sort of decided not to care for that anymore. If it will grow, I will be super thankful, but I am just doing it to enjoy it and for you guys basically, because I see how much you enjoy the videos and it makes me the happiest person on the world. So yeah, that's why I do it now. I had to change my thinking a bit. Also, the second thing is that, I see and follow all of the, content creators that do similar videos that you also guys watch, that I know you watch, and they release a lot of videos weekly. And I sort of see it, and I sort of see how it works for them. So I didn't want to be worse. It sounds so bad because you cannot compare yourself to other people, but yeah, I sort of did. So that was bad, and that was what I realized while being away, that I cannot do it. Everyone is unique, everyone has totally different lifestyle, and I just had to make peace with that I won't be able to be consistent and to upload on the schedule all of the time, because it is bad for me, because I sort of overwork myself and I cannot do it. And also my lifestyle and my way of living is sort of, active, I would say, or I don't know how to describe it, but I just simply love going out. I love seeing people, I love traveling, I love, experiencing different cultures, experiencing, food in restaurants and things like this. And, lately I thought that I was sort of glued to my computer and my chair in my office, and it didn't feel like me. It's so that's why I decided that the things must change a bit here. and I hope you guys will understand. But from now on there won't be any schedule. I will just, upload the videos when I will have the time to do it. So basically what it means is that sometimes we'll have, even 4 videos a week, and sometimes we'll have none or 1 video a week. I just don't want to, be put on a schedule and to push myself just to release a video on a certain day, because I simply cannot do it with my current lifestyle. The 3 series will stay, the Elm Hill City Zoo for sure, the Desert Adventure Park for sure, the franchise mode as well, and also I will start shortly a new one with the Jurassic World Evolution 2, so I look forward to it, I cannot wait. So yeah, the plans for our channel are big. Yeah, I want to release those videos, but I want to sort of do it when I have time and when I just feel like it. So I hope that you will understand. There are so many more consistent sort of channels here on YouTube with the Planet Zoo game. So if you're looking for that, definitely follow them. But who knows, maybe in the future things will change, I will have sort of more time and I will be able to be more consistent, but from now on I don't want to plan basically anything. So yeah, that was my probably too long explanation why I was absent, and also my plans for the future of this channel, and I hope for your understanding. So while I was talking, I already did an outside part of this aviary for the peafowls, and let me just explain you guys what I did there. So while looking for inspiration for this habitat, I went through a lot of peafowl enclosures in the internet, and I sort of realized that a lot of them have bamboo plants. So I wanted to give them the bamboo plants for sure. This is basically, I think, because they don't eat them, because for sure the peafowls eat the grass. That's why in their enclosures there are not a lot of grass typically. I also didn't, put a lot of plants in there and a lot of grass. I just left some sand and dirt and so on, but they sort of don't eat the bamboos, I think, and so I decided to add some here, and I think it looks so cool. I also added some sticks and some posts for them to sit on. This is also something that I saw, a lot of branches like the trees. And I also, hit a bit this forage box enrichment, which I always do try to blend it a bit in the environment, because I don't like those harsh edges of it, and it still works like this. The animals can use it, so yeah, this looks really nice. So this is basically it when it comes to the outside area, I think. And then I moved on to building the shelter and the backstage area. So I decided to give it more interesting shape, with the roof being slightly sloped on the both sides. This was also inspired by the photo that you'll see in the description down below. The shelter somehow also looks like this. So inside there'll be of course the shelter for the peafowls. You can see me creating it right now on the screen. So I decided to change the color of the walls to green, as I often do. This is to make the animals calm. Basically, they feel more calm in the green because it is reminiscent of the plants. So that's why in zoos you will see a lot of green details and walls. Also, to build this, I actually was inspired by a chicken coop. Because they belong to the same family, and when I came through pictures of the peafowl enclosures, I saw a lot of actually, home enclosures or the, people who just keep peafowls in their gardens or in their homes and so on. And the like shelters for them were very similar to the chicken coops. They have this like little, I don't know, houses. I don't know how to call it, but the thing that they can jump in, and the hens basically lay eggs in there in the straw or in the hay, just like a chicken coop. And also, I added a lot of posts and those sticks for them to sleep, because also I saw a lot of pictures of people sleeping on them. I think that they feel more safe on sleeping on more elevated, things that's on the ground. And also I will like add some elevated part of the shelter for them with a little like ramp coming down where they can, just climb on it and, rest on it. This is also something that I saw while doing a research for this video. I really enjoy like my accidental idea of building, like a feeder from this Indian, I don't know, metal bowl, and I put them like the flower beds upside down, and it sort of looks like grains or some other sort of foods for the peafowls. So I think it looks really cool. After being done with the shelter, I began to work on the backstage area for the peafowls. This was actually inspired by my recent visit to Barcelona and Barcelona Zoo. As I shared with you guys on my social, I have been to Barcelona lately for a long weekend. It was like a spontaneous trip, and I just took some time off and went there with my friends, and it helped me a lot to rest and to restart myself a bit. And I also visited a zoo here, and it was so wonderful. I don't have a lot of time in this video to tell you guys more about this zoo, but what I paid like special attention to were the backstage areas, because I love designing them and building them, and I sort of don't always have a perfect idea how to do them. I see so many like amazing backstage creations by other creators, and sometimes I am so just amazed how they do it. So as I told you guys, I paid some attention, and this is like this backstage area here is sort of inspired by it. What I basically saw was a lot of stations to prepare food for animals. So I did like a small kitchen thing and a table, like preparing table. So yeah, that's what I saw in the zoo. I think that I will share you more information about the zoo in my next video, because we are slowly coming to an end of this one, and I don't think that I will have time. But yeah, I was really amazed. This was like one of the best zoos I think that I've been to. I've been to better ones, to be honest, but this one was a bit special because I loved most of the enclosures. And also the thing that they are showing you the backstage of some of them is sort of amazing, and I took a lot of pictures, so I have a lot of inspiration from this zoo. I shared with you some of them on my Insta stories on my Instagram, so if you don't follow me there, definitely do, because in the future, if I will be visiting another zoos, I will also showcase them on my Instagram, I think, basically. And I need to, this reminds me that I need to like save the story, so now you guys can go and watch it if you haven't seen it. Because yeah, this zoo is amazing, and it's definitely worth seeing if you ever will be to Barcelona. I didn't show you all of the backstage stuff, because I will showcase it in the cinematic shots by the end of this video. So after that I will sort of finish this building, and I will like show you guys what I will do in the front of the aviary, like the small fence surrounding the aviary to prevent the guests from, you know, sticking their fingers because the peafowls might bite them simply. To be honest, I really enjoyed building this aviary. I have this like very clear idea of what I want to build. I didn't rush, I just sat there on my chair, like listened to the new Adele album, which by the way is amazing. I think that this is her best one yet, to be honest. But yeah, I felt like very inspired after my visit to Barcelona, so it was just, you know, pleasant building, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. So this is all that I have for you today, guys. If you have enjoyed this video, please consider to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, as this will really mean a lot to me and would simply help my little channel to grow. If you have enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up down below, ring the bell if you want to be notified every time I upload a new video, and comment down below if you enjoyed it, if you have any recommendations on my future videos, or maybe if you think that the birds will be introduced to Planet Zoo after, you know, the fact that we have flying dinosaurs in the Jurassic World Evolution 2. I'm super hopeful, to be honest. But yeah, what are your thoughts about this, guys? I'm really curious. So do you think that the birds will be introduced in the future? I certainly hope so. Okay guys, thank you for watching, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys!